Okay, so the next one we're going to do, there's kind of a classic improv warm-up game called Five Things, where you are asked to just quickly off the top of your head name five things of any kind of category, like five things you would never see on a restaurant menu, five superheroes that don't exist, and and you really not to think it through. It's not about finding the best answer. It's about just quick. And for each thing that you name, everyone counts along. So a version of this that I really, really like, which just to give another shout out to Courtney Pong from Comedy Sports in Boston. She modified this one to a game called I Can Do Everything Great. And this basically tracks down to a viral video on YouTube from about 10 years ago, where there's this little girl and she's standing in her bathroom on the bathroom counter, and she's talking to herself in the mirror with these affirmations. And she's like, I love my mom and I love my dad and I can do everything great. I can dance, I can sing. And it was just like this wonderful sense of joy and accomplishment. And so what we're going to do is that sort of version of five things called I Can Do Everything Great. I will start with Todd, and then Todd will pass it to Ahmadou, and I'm going to assign you an object. And you are going to list five things, one at a time, of why, as that object, you love yourself. And Ahmadou and I are going to count along with each thing that you say. And then we're going to do that affirmation at the end saying, you can do everything great once you're done. Okay?
Got it.
Yes. So, got it. Okay. So, Todd, you are a ballpoint pen. What are five things you love about yourself?
Five things about myself. I am full of ink.
One.
I can write on almost anything.
Two.
I've got this really clicky thing that I can do.
Yeah. Three.
I've got this thing that I can kind of hang in a pocket, and it's really convenient.
Yeah. Four.
You can unscrew me and escape from a prison if you're MacGyver.
Yeah. Five.
You can do everything. Great. With some lag.
That was awesome.
All right. Todd, what's Ahmadou?
Ahmadou, you are a bottle of dish soap.
I am a bottle of dish soap. I can clean everything.
One.
I can dance to the soap opera.
Two.
I can lift my brain.
Three.
Okay. So number four, I can write on the sand.
Four.
Okay, and number five, I am very smooth.
Five. You can do everything great.
Yeah.
All right, Ahmadou, what am
I? So for Lauren, what I have, I'm in my garage, so I have a bicycle helmet.
A bicycle helmet. Oh, awesome. I make an exciting fashion statement for kids on the go.
One.
I keep people safe.
Two.
I can be lobbed at somebody's head as a weapon in a pinch.
Three.
I love that I can be used to put it in an empty parking space to keep people from stealing it while I get my car.
Four.
I love my chin strap. It is adorable.
Five.
You can do everything great.
Awesome. So let's kind of deconstruct this a little bit. Why are we so? Todd, Ahmadou, can you tell me why are we cheering along with these things? Does it matter when with what I'm saying? Like, are you going to point out me and be like, you can't do that with a bicycle helmet? Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
like,
the point is not. No, I don't think that actually works. No, it's about affirmation, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for me, it's more like to accept what you are saying without judging and just going along with you. Yeah.
Yeah. Now think about this in the context of a community. Now, if you were to, set up a different way of communicating with folks, or you wanted to do some kind of activity, or you were giving a suggestion, or even in a forum, for example, like someone has a question and you answer that question, how much more likely would you be engaging in that community if you knew that whatever you said, you were going to get that completely unrestricted affirmation and support?
Right.
Yeah.
And and when you have that kind of mentality, even if you're doing something alone, like planning something out or brainstorming, having that kind of a drill will hopefully over time tamp down that inner critic that we all have in our head that's going to say like, oh, that's a dumb idea. And it's really just get it off your head, put it on paper, put it out there, and something will come of that. But think of how many great ideas never actually got to materialize because you essentially crossed it off the list before you even got it on the list.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think about this, Lauren, as far as like starting new communities or new groups, pulling people together. Because I'll often get this. I just saw this the other day. Somebody posted something in a forum that I'm helping to run, and they said, "I don't know if this really belongs here." But so rather than me jumping in and saying, "Well, yeah, it probably doesn't," you're trying to get people to feel free about participating in the space. You can always course correct a little bit later once there's a little bit of energy going in the space. And so I like this exercise as a reminder to it's not always good to have that inner critic voice turned on.
And and I think it becomes even more amplified when you're talking about professional communities where people really are experts in a certain topic. Mm-hmm. What I've seen more often than not, and it still blows my mind, that almost the more experience somebody has and the more education someone has in a topic, the less confidence they have that they know what they're doing. Because it's like, I mean, I've seen people with PhDs in customer experience design being like, I don't know if I want to speak on behalf of anything, but maybe you might want to consider. And it's like,
you're always worried that you need to peer review everything before you post it, and it's that level of education where it's almost like it destroys your confidence to be able to say anything.
Exactly.
And I think for those sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, so I think it's called the Dunning-Kruger effect when exactly. And I just wanted to jump before, because also I'm working at Airbus, and we adapted Google Workspace. And at some point, Google changed let's say in the chat space from when we can discuss about topic and then do inline threading. So they did the change recently. And in all our chats, each time someone posts something and they just post below, the first thing that people will tell them before answering the question, you should use inline thread, and they delete their initial, let's say, answer. So it's really, I can really feel what you are saying, because I'm experiencing it right now at work, where we have some user space, and people will they smash at me first because I'm not respecting the rules, instead of just, let's say, answering my question or asking me, did you use the search function or something like that? So I really resonate with what you are saying, Lauren.
Yeah. And I mean, just another example, LinkedIn. Everyone is creating content on LinkedIn, and I I do it too. I'm like, oh, should I post that thing? Is this going to sound professional enough? Is this too casual? Is this too personal? Is this too this? Is this too that? And I think most people kind of go through a little bit of that when they're trying to figure out what to post. But it's like, come on, we've got millions of people on this. Unless you are already, a Simon Sinek or a celebrity that already has 1 million followers, like what? And unless you're typing something that is just like truly inflammatory or or troll-like,
right?
What are you gonna do? What's the worst that's gonna happen? I mean, obviously, don't do anything dumb like post proprietary information or something that is obviously going to get you in trouble. But just to be able to post your opinion or something about your life experience, or hey, I've tried this in my community and I found this to be really effective. You don't need to be Shakespeare in order to get that out there. And it's so much it brings so much more to the table just by being able to share that opinion and even starting those conversations where people can chime in and compare notes and share their ideas.
Seth Godin had a blog entry like a long time ago that has stuck with me over the years, where he said, if only 5 people were to read your blog, would they get something, and they get something out of it, wouldn't you still write the blog? You know,
Yeah.
you know, like think about like if it does someone some good, you know, by posting it, it's worth posting. I don't care that 1 million people aren't seeing it. It's there, you know, and someone may at a future date discover, like, I don't, you know, care. Maybe in the year 2100, somebody will find my post on a topic and they'll think, wow, this was really cool.
Yeah. And what I've also seen is that type of an audience can, and this is for a community too, for sure. Cause I mean, lurkers make up the majority of most communities. You know, you'll have people who will engage after months of reading stuff. And, you know, that community manager might not even have known that that person existed, and they could be posting and posting and posting. They're not getting the responses. And they're kind of thinking like, well, what's the point? But maybe after 20 posts, 30 posts, 40 posts, you know, it brings that person out of the woodwork, and that's what they respond to. And now they're engaged. And now you can kind of elevate that experience and bring it to the next level. And it's not because of the most recent post, it's because of the history of those posts that brought them along.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And so much of that just stems from getting out of your own way and putting it out there.
Definitely. Yeah.